Hello, and welcome to episode 1 in a brand new series on my channel, Living in America. You saw it in the title. I'm going to do a new series. Now, I wasn't going to do a series until FM18. My last series finished. I was going to do a few other bits. One of the things I wanted to do I can't do until I get my laptop upgraded. So we've got like 10 weeks, 9 weeks till FM18. I can't bring nothing to the channel. I've got to do something. And I like making videos, so what we're going to do is, if I had a lot of time, I'd start off in the third division, the bottom division, and I could try and build a team up. I haven't got a lot of time, but I want to challenge myself, so we're going to jump into the future to the year 2020, right? The APL, the American Premier League's had 4 years to bed in. Lots of good players from all around the world have come. Teams have spent money, we've had promotions, relegations. It's really starting to settle. What I'm going to do is, we're going to jump to the Premier League, and whoever is the bottom team, whoever the bookies think are going to be bottom, I'm going to be them. And we'll see if we can keep them in the Premier League, and we'll see if we can win a Super Bowl, man. Win the Premier League. Now, what I will say is, I have actually played up to the transfer deadline day. So this first episode, no live com, we're just going to run through what I've been doing up until that point. I've played a load of games. It's been fun, I'm not going to lie. So let's get seeing what I've been up to. Here we are on the screen where you pick your team. Obviously, I don't know who I'm going to be, or I didn't know who I was going to be at the time. And clicked onto the league itself, looked at the review, and right at the very bottom was Sacramento Republic FC. What a name, what a club. If I was going to pick a team, that's the kind of club I'd pick. Awesome kit colours, awesome badge, awesome name. Buzzing, really. Now, before I took them over, I had a quick look at the club, and Ryan Giggs was the manager. I put a load of unemployed managers at clubs who didn't have managers. Ryan Giggs must have just ended up at Sacramento. He's been there for what, 4 years. He's going to obviously lose his job because of me. Tough tit, Ryan. I think he'll find another one. He's a decent manager on here now. But they're a club with zero history, really. They're quite a new club, so this is going to be good. Yeah, predicted to finish 20th. Also, what I did was I redid all the rivalries, because a lot of these clubs didn't have any rivalries. I've redone a derby. Everyone's got a derby. Our derby's versus LA Galaxy, the California derby. I like it. Other rivals, we've got San Francisco, Orange County, San Jose, and San Diego. Yeah, decent. I mean, one thing I did notice as well is the stadium. It's Sacramento Universities, I think. So it's a university in California, so I used a lot of NFL stadiums. I used a lot of university stadiums. Sacramento's is probably one of the worst in the old game. It's one of the smallest as well, at 40,000, but it's a decent little tidy stadium. But here are my original staff. I'll be honest with you, I've got rid of all of them pretty much. I kept Clint Dempsey. He's not that great, but Clint Dempsey is a legend. He's my reserve manager. I think I've still got my assistant manager, Adam Smith, as well, because he's okay as well, but I couldn't find anyone else better. Now, as I speak, I'm going to go through the last 4 years of transfers, and you'll see Ryan's not been shy. Now, when I built this database, the very top team in the Prem, I just worked my way down, and the money gets less and less in the bank. But they all had a decent amount to start off with, so they could build something. And then even the lower leagues, you get decent money. Nothing, the Premier League's crazy money. So, you know, he's had some money to spend, and he has definitely spent it. Before I do show you what happened when I did take over, let's just have a quick look at the competitions to see who's been winning stuff. And if we start off with the Premier League, it looks like Toronto. They have bossed it. Portland Timbers won the first Premier League, and then Toronto won the last 3. There's some big clubs down here. Chicago, DC. What else did I see? New York Red Bulls. Wow. Some big clubs down in this league, so the National League is going to be quite tough, I bet. Winners of it, Tampa have won it once, Real Salt Lake have won it, Houston have won it, and Vancouver. Here we are with the bottom league. Don't be fooled by its size. It's a tough league, I bet, to play in. 50 odd games I think you've got to play just in the league. Yeah, it's a tough league. Rochester have won it, Charleston have won it, Colorado Springs have won it, and San Francisco have won it in the past. Now here's my favourite competition. It's something I'd rather win, I'll be honest. Probably more than the Premier League, and that's the Super Bowl. Now, New York City won the first one. Sporting Kansas won the second one. Surprised. Seattle won the next one. They have a good club though. And then Toronto won the last one. So Toronto won the Premier League and the Super Bowl. So they have got a good team, haven't they? Right, this is the All-Stars Cup. This is the the Community Shield, the winner of the Premier League versus the winner of the Super Bowl. It has actually been played on this screenshot I'm showing you. And the Timbers have actually just beaten Toronto. So they've obviously got a good side as well. And if you see some of the names down there, Juan Mata, Gabriel Jesus at Toronto with Eric Dyer, Fred, Will Hughes is at Portland. That's just a little inkling of some of the players that are now in America. Here is the Kobe Jones Cup, the tournament named after America's all-time cap holder. As that's been played as well. And Rochester have just won it. Right then, so I took the job. Ryan Giggs is now unemployed. Sorry, Giggs. He's having it tough, and he's getting divorced from his wife. He's got no job. But yeah, I took over. I think the club want me to buy young players, and that's something I want to do, and that's something I've done. One thing about this database, I won't lie, is there are a lot of quality American regens. You'll see my old squad in the background. I arranged it by ability, so it's relevant on the squad at the time. There's some good players there. There's a lot of real players. Some names I don't know, you might know. Some good players, I'm not going to lie, but I wanted to build a young side, an exciting young team. Now we had okay money in the bank. I've turned that money and turned it 4 times as much. Recouped quite a lot, not that much, but I've recouped quite a nice chunk. But I always turn 50 million into like 180. Spread my money out. Right then, so I did bring in 88 million, and some of the players I had, and this is a good thing, is a lot of the clubs, even the smaller clubs in the league below us, have got enough money, so you can get a young player and they'll come in for your player. Put them up for sale, they'll come in for him, and I'll say, yeah, but I want him as in part of the deal, and they'll be like, yeah. I'm like, but I couldn't help it, so I have done some really good business. I've also obviously bought from abroad as well. Pauline, you'll see, he's a young striker, cost me a lot of money, 80 million eventually. Lopez, great player, I bought him from Mexico. I think the rest, I've got one player, sorry, Cambo, good young keeper, I swear. A regen, he's cost me 60 million altogether. Here is the transfer window when it's shut. Now you'll notice it's the 3rd of September. I did set it up for the 1st, but for some reason it's moved. And I don't know why, so it's the 3rd, but it doesn't really matter, it's about the same time. So the transfer window's shut, and that you'll see now what kind of money is in the Premier League, and it is crazy money. Spent nearly 2 billion, and I think that's insane. Total transfer spending 1.9 billion. We're 4th on that list. We spent 170. But then look at Atlanta, Loki Doki's team from his series. They spent 216 million quid. New York Cosmos have spent big. Lacazette they bought for 60 million. They've spent 213. New York City, rich, you know that. They bought Laporte. I mean, Ross Barkley. Some of the names are there. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Eric Dyer. And this is just this year. Now here is my squad, and it's arranged by the position. It's a 25-man squad. You've got to have a 25-man squad in the Premier League. You'll see it's got loads of potential. I've definitely got 2 players for each position I want for the tactic I'm going to be using. A tactic I've made up from scratch. In a formation I normally slag off, but who cares, I'm going for it. So yeah, I've got a couple of extras as well, just to bump up the 25-man squad. Got a young American striker from my youth academy called Chris Crawford. An extra winger. I think I've got an extra midfielder as well, but I've got some amazing players. Now what I'm going to do as the series goes on, I'm going to show you 3, maybe each episode in detail, so you'll slowly get to know the lads. Now, talking to players that are in America, I've gone on the scouting list and I've just arranged it by value, so you can see the top value players that are in the Premier League or in America at the minute, and you'll see some of the guys' names like Mbappe and stuff like that. And I mean Varane, Suarez. There's some absolute Isco. This league got quality in it, so I think if you've got 2 of my save files, I put the earlier one on and I put 2020 on. I recommend going in at 2020 because the league's settling down and it's going to be more of a challenge for you. Right, also in the background you're going to see my staff. It'll start off with my coaches, then it'll switch to my medical team and then to my scouts, and you'll see they're good. I mean, they're not the best I could get, but we're not the best team in America, but it's a massive improvement on what I had, if you can remember me showing you my original staff earlier. And I still want to get more. I've got some good coaches, I've got some experienced ex-professionals to teach my kids, so I'm really happy. And if you look at my training page as well, it's a good spread. It could be better, always can, and I always try and improve that. It's kind of more chilled out formation than my Bayern formation. 4 at the back, 1 in front of them, 2 in the middle, inside forwards and 1 up top. The full-backs are going to, not full-on wing-backs, but they're going to be playing like a wing-back role. I'm going to go for this. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to try and adapt it and change it and switch things up as it goes and try and improve it as I play. Instruction-wise, I'll flash that up. Pretty bog standard. There's a few things I might adjust in a bit. I'm going to see how things go. So let's have a look how things were. Now, we had a pre-season, couple of games against American teams. It was boring, so I scrapped that. We went on 2 tours. We went on a 4-game tour of China, and then I went on a 4-game tour of England. Went really well. When I went to England, I've also made another database, Manchester Central. It's my personal save. When I've made it, I use the same thing. I forgot. So it's the same world. So Manchester Central are in this. So I've played Manchester Central. We played Stockport County, who were my first ever series on YouTube. We played Man United. I support Man United. And it was alright, yeah. I mean, we played Huddersfield as well, sorry. Booed in the Hood. My Huddersfield series. We got spanked off United, but fair dues. And then we had 1 friendly left. So I thought, let's finish it off in style, eh? Where do you want to go at the end of the summer? So we went to Las Vegas, man. Awesome trip, I'm not even going to lie. Then I started the league and I played New England Revolution at home. They were a good side, 0-0. I was really happy with that because we had some players away, I think, on under 23 tournament, and I was missing 3 of my best players. Then we played Atlanta, who are awesome, by the way. You've seen how much money they've spent this summer, and it was 1-1 at their place. So here is the league table, and we're 14th at this moment. We were 14th. We've drawn 2, so I was pretty pleased with that. I mean, New York are at the top. They've spent a lot of money. Atlanta are up there, see. Some great teams in this league, isn't there? I mean, a lot of them are MLS clubs, but it's going to be exciting. Really, really exciting to play in this league. Here is the season preview, and you can definitely see that I've improved the squad because we're now predicted to finish 10th, not bottom, right? I've definitely improved the players. But one thing I noticed is because the media prediction was originally bottom, if we get a result like a draw, it's like, oh wow, rubbish team, and they've done really well. So maybe that'll work in our favour as the season goes on. You know, that we're going to be looked at as pants, and I'm going to turn up with these kids that are just shit up, and hopefully we'll turn some of these bigger teams over and push it on that table. First of the 3 players I want to show you this episode, and that first one's going to be Enrique Lopez, the Mexican I bought from Mexico. Got him quite cheap, really. He's still only worth 27.5 million. But how bloody good is he? Passing 20. That just gives me an erection. First touch 18. All them yellows. He's got green arrows going upwards. Deep line playmaker. 19. Room for improvement. He could improve. His technique needs to improve. It looks like it's going up. Vision 17. I mean, he's lacking in certain areas, but for a 19-year-old, he's awesome. Next up on the list is Jonathan Ramos. Play on both wings. He's lacking a bit on the right. I'm going to be training him on that, so he's just super awesome. 20 years old, an American, 9 caps for America, and one of the reasons why I keep telling you how good some of these regions are, he's cracking, isn't he? Look how quick he is. Pace 18, acceleration 17. He's determined. He's lacking a bit, I know. And his techers, 14 crossing. But he's got room for improvement, and I think he's going to be awesome. Next up is James Saladin. That's what I'm going to call him. That's what you're going to call him. Saladin. Saludine. Let's give him a nickname, maybe. Saladin. I like it. This is a lad I got in a part exchange, and he's now worth 48 million. How's that happened? I have no idea how that happened. I mean, the striker they took was good. I was shocked. Anyway, finishing 18, heading 17. I mean, he's just, he could become better. He could be quicker. Could have more technique than that, I know. But he's bloody brilliant. Passing 17. And on to episode 2, and what's going to happen is I'm going to play the next 3 games off camera. They're all on TV though, look at that. I'm going to play Portland Timbers, then I'm going to play Philadelphia Union, I'm going to play Orlando City, and then we're going to have a live comp at home against Fort Lauderdale Strikers. They're one of them old school clubs like New York Cosmos. The clubs I like, and just makes me think of America. So that's going to be the live comp for episode 2. Alright, there you go, that's the end of episode 1. I hope you enjoyed it. Bit of a recap up to where I've been. I've played a few more games, and we'll get right into that in the next episode and have a bit of a cheeky live com as well. I'll show you a couple more players. Hopefully you've enjoyed episode 1 in this brand new series. If you have, smash that like button for me. Let's get the word out about my new series, and hopefully you'll want to have a go with this yourself. If you haven't downloaded the database already, I'll try and remember to put it again in a link to this. If I don't, it's in the link to the other American video, which will also be in the description. You'll see it on my video list anyway. So yeah, if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe, come and join the family, and come on this ride with me in the Republic, man. Can we do something this year? Tune in for episode 2, which should be out tomorrow.